We are making a retro run all the way to the top of Mount Olympus. Yeah, and this story begins in Avengers 281, concluding in 285, determining the fate of Hercules. And this epic storyline actually has its roots in another epic storyline when the Masters of Evil took over Avengers Mansion. And in issue 274, it was Hercules' last stand. But Hercules foolishly attempted, in a drunken haze, to take on the heavy hitters of the Masters of Evil, the Wrecking Crew, Mr. Hyde, Tiger Shark, and unfortunately, Goliath. This left him on the brink of death, which takes us to several issues later, where in a hospital bed, a shadowy figure spirits the son of Zeus away. And that brings us to issue 281 with She-Hulk wild in the streets. This is the Pop Culture Cosmonaut, man. Like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into it. Alright, so this begins with Thor appearing and a woman saying he's the one who kidnapped Hercules. Okay, and by the way, this story is by Roger Stern, and the art is by the incredible team of John Buscema and Tom Palmer. So Thor coming in to some surprise here, and Cap saying, "You must be mistaken. This is Thor, he's an Avenger." "I don't care who he is. I'm telling you, the kidnapper wore a cape and a winged hat just like his. I'm sure it was him." Thor here saying, "Then 'twas an impostor, m'lady. The son of Odin has long been a friend to Hercules. I grieve for the injuries he suffered at the hands of our foes." As I mentioned before, look, Thor couldn't have abducted Hercules. He was with us yesterday. It's an alibi. "Oh yeah? You're sure you know where he was every minute?" Alright. And Thor saying, What madness is this? I came hence to help find Hercules, not to stand accused of... And he sees a shadow, a silhouette by the window. And Thor just wheels up saying, "Stand you aside, Avengers. The God of Thunder shall see this mystery solved," as he smashes through the window pane. The Avengers would cover the cost of that, I'm sure. Alright. And then skipping over a bit, saying, "I suspect I know who stole away with the hapless Hercules." Who? Say, what are you doing, Thor? "I go where none may follow, Steve Rogers. I'm sorry, Avengers, but this is no affair for mere mortals." They're like, hey, no, what are you talking about, mortals? You put us down, man. No. The Avengers came to the aid of your Asgardian friends against Surtur's demons. If we could handle that. See, Captain Marvel saying, we can help you, man. This is a different matter entirely. And I love this pose of Thor in this panel. It's pretty cool action as he spins his hammer around. And here he says, "You must trust me, Marvel. I shall either return with Hercules or not at all," as he gets up out of there. Alright. Now back in New York City. Alright, the Avengers discussing what to do. And look at this. Reaching out with his powerful mind, Dr. Druid subtly alters the perceptions of people in the immediate area, allowing the Avengers to pass practically unnoticed. I give Dr. Druid credit for not, putting fake hair on top of his head. He could get away with it, but he decided not to. He's embracing his baldness. Alright, anyways, in this scene, She-Hulk is, kind of bored of what's going on. Some blah, 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 yak, yak, yak. And she sees an icy stand where she can get some cherry Italian ice. Okay, and as she's eating it, something changes. "Oh, this talk solves nothing. We need action, not words. We need to strike out at our enemies." And Black Knight here, listening to the discussion of the Avengers, Cap saying, there'd be some sign as what's going on here. Cap, I'm getting a sign now as She-Hulk, with that crate that she's been carrying, decides to kill. Okay, and Druid saying, egad. Boom. And then she throws a car. She-Hulk, have you gone crazy? Black Knight, I have a better question. How do we stop her? And look at the icy salesman. It worked like a charm. Nice to see I still have my touch. Alright. And She-Hulk is going nuts in the streets. Okay. Monica Rambeau saying she acts as if she's been drugged. Her eyes are glazed. Probably didn't understand a word I said. And then she just realized she got to get zapped. Okay. I can't let you run amok. With a thought, the Golden Avenger transforms her energy into a multi-gigavolt jolt of unbridled electricity. And look at this panel as She-Hulk gets full force of it. And meanwhile, in a reality far removed from that of Earth, Thor here appearing among this majesty, the great plaza of high Olympus. At last I've arrived. 'Tis here I should find the answers to Hercules' abduction. Alright, look at this beautiful panel. Look at this work. Incredible stuff, man. John Buscema and Don Palmer. Alright. Yeah. Oh, but hold, there flies the cowardly object of my search. Hermes. And as he flies away, when I spied him outside Hercules' hospital room, he evaded my chase, but I shall not lose him again. And look at that, reaching out, grabbing him by the ankle. This way, Prince of Thieves. Alright. What know you of the abduction of Hercules? Speak. You notice Hercules isn't saying thou as much in this. He's saying you. I think that's a nice adaptation. He's learning. I was the one who spirited him from the mortal's place of healing. And then why? What possessed you to... Bam! He just gets hit right in the chest. Alright? And who's this? I face me full, thunder god. It is not the wish of Hephaestus to smite you from behind. Hephaestus, the Olympian armorer. All of Hercules' half-brothers gone mad, says Thor. Look at the action in this panel. Hammer on hammer. This is incredible stuff. I find no pleasure in this, Odin's son, but you have interfered in the mission of Hermes, and so you must fall. But you have but struck the first blows, fire god. It is Thor who shall strike the last. This is godly conflict right here. Look at this panel. And Hermes is just up out of there. Olympus resounds with a clamor rivaling the rage of Zeus himself. With that I could aid my brother, but I must not. I have my orders. I cannot stop until the Avengers know defeat. And then back on Earth. She-Hulk. Getting zapped here. As the Jade Giant finally collapses, Captain Marvel resumes her human form. She took enough juice to light up Shreveport. That's in Louisiana, where Monica Rambeau is from. I hope it brought her to her senses. Any more might kill her. Look at this panel here. She-Hulk, trembling. Kill. And then Druid comes in here. We need you, Druid. Say no more, Captain. Hear me, She-Hulk. The rage is not of your making, alright? Let my will strengthen your will. You can reject the madness, alright? You must reject it. That's Dr. Druid talking right there. Doc, what happened? She's tripping here. Look at her. She's bugging. Relax. An unearthly agent has clouded your mind. We must totally dispel it. All right. And in the background, this icy salesman, the Italian ice salesman. This Dr. Druid is quite talented. Given time, he might actually help her overcome my elixir of frenzy. That will never do. Ignore the bearded man, my lovely green one. He is your enemy, and you know what we do to enemies, don't you? Kill! And she takes a swipe. And he says, good lord, that punch would have taken my head off. And then Cap flies at her. Run for it, Druid. I'll try to keep her busy. And then this man, busy, huh? If nothing else, Hercules' misfortune has given me more opportunities for amusement than I've had in centuries. Excuse me. And look at Cap trying to deal with the strength and power of She-Hulk. But while the mysterious vendor's attention is drawn to Cap and the She-Hulk, Black Knight straight up grabs him. Hold it, fella. I want some answers from you. Everyone cleared out of this area except for us and you. You're the one who gave She-Hulk that ice. What'd you do? Drug her? Most observant, Black Knight. You Avengers are endlessly entertaining. And just flips him over. Alright. He threw me like a dog shedding water. What are we up against? Desperately twisting about in midair, the Black Knight manages to turn feet first towards his crazed teammate. Look at that. He averted an accident here. Heads up, Cap. Close by, Captain Marvel zaps this man. You're right, Doctor. From the way he sent the Knight flying, it's obvious that this is no ordinary man as he hits the wall. Surprised by the swiftness of Captain Marvel's counterattack, the vendor's mortal guise fades along with his consciousness. Alright? What the? Who on earth? I don't believe he is wholly of the earth, Captain. But before the Avengers can draw another breath, all three are knocked off their feet by the returning Hermes as he speeds through amongst them, moving almost faster than the eye can follow. The messenger of the gods streaks straight for Captain Marvel, who evades his blow only by transforming her physical mass into light at that last possible instant. And reacting nearly as quickly, Hermes escapes certain impact. Look at him, just up the wall. Okay, and the people here on the street see him. What's that? I don't know. All I saw was a cape and hat with wings. What, Thor's turned on the Avengers too? All the yokels, alright? The bumpkins, the looky-loos, bystanders, alright. But 40 seconds up, a split second later. You, here, how? Nothing moves faster than light. Shroom. Nice. Simultaneously in Olympus. As these two are still at it, Hephaestus is a mighty opponent. Still, I would have humbled him by now, were it not for Hela's curse, that my bones be brittle and incapable of healing. Had I not forged this armor to hold together my shattered bones, I scarce could move for the pain. And he slams Mjolnir against the right ankle of Hephaestus. A plague upon your house, Thunderer! You have shattered my golden boot. 'Twas all that protected my crippled leg. You are truly lame? I'm sorry, I did not know. I didn't know, buddy. Bam! Think not to sway me with your false pity as guardian. I've sworn to defeat you, and defeat you I shall. Yeah, look at this, man. This is great stuff. I love this panel. Alright. You wrong me, Hephaestus. I've known the burden of the lame. Pain is no stranger to me, but still I persevere. And then, how touching! From behind, the axe and the arm of one, we shall see who. And on the rooftops of New York. You are quite unlike any mortal I've ever seen. Truly you are an opponent worthy of Hermes. How sad that you must die. Don't be so sure of yourself. Avengers aren't all that easy to kill. As this arrow passes through the arm, of Captain Marvel. No sooner has the silver arrow passed through her than Captain Marvel's psyche is racked with sudden explosive pain. Unable to endure anymore, she drops to the rooftop, her living light yielding once more to flesh and blood. And Hermes picks her up. Her form, given flesh, is most striking. If only we could have met in happier times, under friendlier circumstances. Really, Hermes, do you think that she would have so willingly fallen into your arms had I not first rendered her unconscious? I will never know, Artemis. And then on the streets below, decidedly Greco-Romanesque attire, as hard as nails despite his rotundity. Pulses strong and even. Hey, this man isn't unconscious. Seen through my little charade, have you? Haha, marvelous. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Dionysus, though some mortals called me Bacchus. Dear me, is my grip too much for you? Laugh this off, fat boy. Bam! As She-Hulk hits him with a nice right. Look at the dynamic impact of this punch by She-Hulk. This is fantastic art. All right. And the Dionysus lands on the sidewalk, on the hard concrete, saying, very good indeed, my dear. But as you can see, I've lost none of my youthful resilience. Shall we try again? I don't know what happened to the speed demon who KO'd Cap in the night, but you're still here, and you're the one who slipped me that frozen wacky juice. I'm gonna see how high you'll bounce. As you wish, but first, a toast. You won't have time to drink it. Oh, this is not for me, it's for you. As he sprays the fumes in her face, and she collapses on the ground. Was that necessary, Dionysus? She would have made for such an interesting hunt, says Artemis. Alright, now as much later as the Avengers regain consciousness. Thor, what are you doing here? Where are we? Olympus. Olympus, home to the children of the mighty Zeus. 'Tis these four of his unworthy offspring who did treacherously conspire to overcome us and bring us hence. All which remains is the single maddening question: why? You play the innocent well, Odin's son, but we will not be deceived by the protestations of you or your mortal collaborators. Ares, says Thor. I suspected that you were the instigator of this villainy, war god. What new mad scheme have you started? This was not of my planning as guardian, but carried out the will of silence. The time of judgment has come. As the stairway above, in this image, it is Zeus. Here lies my son, Hercules. Though his body be strong and vital, he is robbed of the movement and of will. His mind suffers from the most grievous of wounds. Wounds incurred in the company of those who call themselves Avengers. Know ye, Avengers, that you shall pay for the calamity which has claimed my son. You shall be punished, and the punishment shall be death by torment. Such is the will of Zeus. Next is Avengers 282, where the Avengers are now the prisoners of the gods. Many fathoms beneath the Atlantic Ocean lies the astounding seafloor villa of Namor the First, the Avenger known the world over as the Submariner. For the past few weeks, the former Prince of Atlantis has dwelt here in peace and harmony with his new bride, Marina. But as you see here, Seaquake, as she says. That's not a good Marina voice, by the way. Seaquake! Ah. As of now, the honeymoon is over. Alright. And suddenly, oh, Father Neptune, you caused this quake. Why? Silence! None may question the will of the gods, not even he who is the avenging sun. Oh, Namor, oh no. Forget him, woman. He is no longer yours. His fate is sealed. And in an instant, they're gone. Slowly, the refugee Atlanteans slowly gather around the subsiding fissure in the ocean floor, staring in stunned disbelief. They had already lost so much. Their nation, their heritage, their very way of life. Now their beloved leader has been taken from them as well. Stolen from them by a god whom they had worshipped, a god who today has forsaken them. There are realities beyond our reckoning, dimensions where life is an alien concept and death is an unending constant. Such a place is the netherworld realm of Hades. Here, a minor tributary of the fabled river Styx suddenly begins to froth and foam. And from amid these roiling waters, halt! Who dares disturb the Styx? Do not speak to me in those tones, monster. All waters are mine to command. Cerberus begs your forgiveness, Lord Neptune. As well you should. I bring a captive for your master. The half-breed Prince of Atlantis, is it? Good. He has been eagerly awaited. But as the Hadean guardsman bears his burden across the realm's dismal field, you see Namor, the Submariner, starts to stir awake. Ah, so the Submariner awakes. Struggle is useless, Avenger. No mortal can escape my grasp. Namor is no mere mortal. And then what? Come back, loathsome toad, come back. You dare not defy me. There is much I will dare, giant. Tell me now, who are you? Where am I? Why have I been brought here? Speak. You think to threaten Cerberus. Truly you are bereft of all reason. Know ye, mortal, that Cerberus is guardian of Hades, land of the unliving. 'Tis there you be. By the grace of my master Pluto and the will of Zeus, as he stomps him. Cerberus just stomping the hell out of Namor. There must be a reason for this. Reasons matter not to me. Here you be and here you shall stay. And Namor just flings him off, saying no. And he manages to get his escape. My strength has been drained. It took everything I had to overcome Cerberus's crushing weight. I must immerse myself at once. Let these flowing waters restore my full might. And Cerberus laughs to himself. Ha ha ha, the fool! He's doomed himself. He'll find no refuge in that river, only death. In the grips of this monster, this squid-like monster. In all the seas the world over, I've never beheld such beasts as these. The giant spoke true, this must be Hades. And he frees himself from these beasts. Escaping where, though? Where exactly? The burnt and battered Submariner just barely reaches an eerie, fog-bound shore before collapsing. Unconscious, though not unobserved. And when Namor's senses finally return to him, he thinks, hey, the chains are gone. My burns are healed. How can this be? Such wounds should have taken months to heal. Am I the victim of some monstrous delusion, or am I dead? This is no delusion, Namor, sad to say. Nor has life yet abandoned you. My poultices restored your injured flesh. What? Who are you? That is unimportant. Trust that you have nothing to fear from me. My power is limited in the netherworld, but I can tell you that you were brought here to join your friends in captivity. My friends? The Avengers. They're being held within yonder walls. Behold. And look at this castle in the distance. Fortress Tartarus. Therein are confined the garrison of the accursed, the most tormented souls ever to fall into Pluto's clutches. You will find the Avengers in the stronghold's deepest dungeons. Why are they so imprisoned? How do you know all this? And then he manages eventually to get up to Fortress Tartarus, haunted by the words of the mysterious stranger. Namor steals up to the gigantic fortress, but there are no gates along these walls, no openings at all, save for tiny drainage ducts. Perhaps by enlarging one of the ducts, I can gain entry unnoticed. Or perhaps not, as these guards catch wind of Namor here. Someone breaking into our fortress, Tartarus. He must be mad. Let us have some fun with the fool before we turn him in. But bam! Namor's having none of that. And then soon enough, you see here Namor wearing the armor. I must find the Avengers before those guards are missed. The hooded one said they were in the deepest of dungeons, as he goes down this staircase. And at the bottom, yes, there's Captain America. But who is that robed man? Where are the others? Is there no end to these mysteries? Yeah, look, they gave Dr. Druid a funny look at the mask there, a little suspect, if you know what I mean. Anyways, then as the disguised submariner's eyes adjust to the dimly lit chamber. And amongst these other guards, there, the Black Knight, bound to the She-Hulk. She must have rejoined the Avengers in my absence. Their bonds are fiendishly designed. If She-Hulk tries to break free, she'll tear the Knight apart. Then, as Namor looks on, "Hey, watch it, Tin Britches. Your tongue is sharp, mortal, but not as sharp as your sword, I'd wager. Shall we put them to the test?" And then look, Namor here takes a swing. I must draw that torturer away from the Knight. Stand aside, fools. Whatever spoils you've gathered belong now to me. Is this all you've seized? A single gaudy shield? Bah. And he's thinking here, I must act while they're confused. My aim must be perfect. And then Black Knight here saying, She-Hulk, I know that voice. What the? Tang! As the shield bounces off, breaking those chains. Alright, and Black Knight and She-Hulk go to town. They go to work. Alright. And then Captain America, he's still chained up. Have you loose in a sec, Cap? No, free Captain Marvel first. She's locked in the metal sarcophagus. Okay, if that's what you want. So Black Knight going over there, and he sees this metal sarcophagus, as is said. I can't imagine how this thing can hold Marvel's power. There must be some sort of enchantment to it. Let's see if my sword can break the spell. And then boom! Yeah, that did the trick all right. And then Captain Marvel pops out. Who locked me in there? I swear I'll make them pay. And then She-Hulk here saying, sorry we didn't leave a little action for you, CM, but our jailers folded too easily. At least we're all free again. thanks to Namor's timely arrival. We are not all accounted for, She-Hulk. Sorry, let me say that again. We are not all accounted for, She-Hulk. Hey, that's Dr. Druid. Dr. Druid's right. Thor's missing. Thor was with you as well. What power could have consigned such a team of Avengers to Hades? Hades, says Cap. He can't believe it. Yes, Hades. Don't you have any idea why you've been brought to this infernal place? Oh, we know why. We just didn't know where. A lot's happened since you went on leave, Namor. Our headquarters was overrun by the Masters of Evil, and Hercules was seriously injured. He had been comatose for over a week when he was taken from the hospital. No sooner did we start to investigate Hercules' disappearance than we were ambushed by members of his family and spirited off to Olympus. We soon discovered that Hermes had taken Hercules there, and Zeus was not at all happy with his son's condition. Know ye, Avengers, that you shall pay for the calamity which has claimed my son. You shall be punished. With all due respect, sir, the Avengers are not at fault, says Cap. Hercules was warned that our enemies were laying in wait for him, but he wouldn't listen. It's true. It's all true. Lies! Lies! I've learned how Hercules suffered your taunts and torments. I will not hear the lies of mortals. The son of Odin has long been friend to the headstrong Hercules, my lord. Will you believe the truth if it comes from my lips? Art thou truly the son of Odin, or some scheming impostor? The Thor known to me had no need of armor such as yours. But an impostor or no, any Asgardian so servile to mortal beings must be suspect. And then, crack! The weakened, broken Thor powers up here. The god of thunder is servile to no one. Have taunts now replaced the thunderbolts of Zeus? Perhaps you are the impostor. You dare doubt my father as guardian. I shall, as Ares catches a right. Alright, you shall do nothing, Ares. And then Zeus unleashes a lightning bolt. Enough! I will tolerate no more. There yet be Avengers missing from amongst our captives. They must be found. None of the guilty must escape my judgment. And then back below, Avengers attack, and they take it to these soldiers. Okay, these henchmen. Namor and She-Hulk going at it. Captain Marvel transforming herself into living electrical energy. Captain Marvel streaks through the onrushing hordes. The hard cases are mine, but watch your backs. There's thousands of them. Thousands. Alright. Marvel's right. Stay alert or they'll overwhelm you. Cap is at a disadvantage. He doesn't have a shield. Okay, but he's still taking it to them. And then Dr. Druid here saying, I cannot mesmerize all these warriors, but if I plant illusory targets in enough of their meager minds, I can still cut into their numbers. Alright? The golden one has already bested a legion of our finest warriors, and this one fights like one possessed. What manner of mortals are these? We are Avengers, knave. It's a good word, knave. If I had any doubts about Namor rejoining us, that killed them. No doubts anymore. She-Hulk going at it. Look at the action drawn by John Buscema and Tom Palmer, of course. Fun's fun, but you armor-plated goons are trying my patience. You, tell me where Thor's being held. Now! I love this panel. Look at She-Hulk here, grabbing this troop by his skull. Alright. And then far across Hades, in the palace of Pluto. It has been centuries since Brother Zeus allowed me any new subjects to do with as I wish. Having you at my mercy is a treat, far sweeter than this honeyed wine, Asgardian. You've interfered with too many of my plans. There's one fewer Avenger for us to bother with, Lord Pluto. In trying to escape me, the Submariner vanished into the Styx. By now he is so much food for the river beasts. What? Cerberus, you idiot! The Submariner's amphibious. If anyone could survive the Styx, it is he. He is much too dangerous to be on the loose, even in Hades. Find him at once. You idiot, Cerberus. Look no further. Namor is here, as the Avengers rush through immediately. And then bam! Namor takes it straight to Cerberus. And this time I'm not alone. Bam! That's it, Subby. You hit him high and I'll hit him low, and timber, and he's down. Dane, that massive stone block pinning Thor, if you could cleave it precisely down the middle. Way ahead of you, Doc, and then boom, right through the concrete here. Or whatever material. Thor still has the chains. Let me help you with these chains, Thor. Boom! My thanks, Captain. Ne'er did I dream the day would come when the son of Odin must be so rescued. Alright. And Cap helping it up. How my stepbrother Loki would crow to see how helpless I've become. Thor, hey mister, are you alright? No, Captain, I'm not. Back, Avengers, the power of the Lord of the Netherworld is second only to that of Zeus himself. Seems to me we've done okay so far. Fools, in this realm I am the supreme sovereign. I could obliterate you all with but a gesture. But that would be too merciful. Zeus has sentenced you to death by torment, a punishment I shall gladly mete out. As he blasts at them. Pluto blasting at them. And Druid saying, he toys with us like a wicked child plucking the wings from flies. Never have I seen such sheer malevolence. But Captain Marvel's a pretty powerful gal, her damn self. You know, if you think we're going to be easy targets, think again. Bam. And you don't have to tell me twice. Black Knight's out of there, as she says, Avengers fall back. Retreat is distasteful, says Namor. But sometimes necessary, Namor. We both learned that back in the war. She-Hulk, what are you? Bam. And then she just, I'm locking the door, Captain Marvel. We don't want anyone breaking in or out. And then when the dust and rubble finally settle within Pluto's chambers, he says, call out my armies, release the war wagons. I want the Avengers. While already miles distant. As they're saying here, oh, Thor, had I my hammer, I could breach the barriers between the dimensions and return us to Earth. But my hammer was left behind in Olympus. And the only other access to Earth is through Olympus as well. Sounds like we have to return to Olympus, but how? There is but one way. The pathway of infinity. Yon golden bridge stretches across the dimensional abyss which separates Hades from the home of the gods. Wow, talk about a stairway to heaven. Shortly, as they're telling Captain Marvel here, take care not to fly too high above the bridge, Captain Marvel. It is all that links the two realms, and any who stray from the pathway risk becoming lost in the abyss. Thanks for the warning. And then you see here She-Hulk hearing something. Do you hear, like, it's like a rumble in the distance. Egad, look there below us. Uh-oh. Following less than 3 leagues behind the Avengers. You will not escape me, mortals. This bridge is yet mine to control, and it's my command. Boom! As he blasts the bridge. That it be split asunder. It appears we've reached an impasse. No, we haven't. I can jump the gap, I think, and Namor can fly it. We'll get you all across. There is no time to save all. Pluto's hordes will be upon us in moments. Unless one of us holds them off, I'm the one he wants most. The rest of you can go on. No, Thor, we're not abandoning anyone to Pluto. Stand or fall, we're all in this together. I cannot dissuade you? Then so be it. Though every demon in Hades rises against us, let the netherworld rock with the power of the Avengers. At the end of the bridge to nowhere, Earth's mightiest heroes turn as one. Shoulder to shoulder they stand, 7 brave souls, against the crushing power of Pluto's unliving legions. There is no escape, Avengers. You will be mine. The saga continues in Avengers 283, where here on the cover, our heroes do battle with the Golden Girl of Olympus, that is. Yeah. Whom the gods would destroy. Wrongfully blamed for the injuries of the man-god Hercules, the Avengers had been consigned by Zeus to death by torment in the netherworld reaches of Hades. Now, having broken free of their captors, Earth's mightiest heroes find one avenue of escape cut off. And Thor here saying, so be it. Though every demon in Hades rises against us, let the netherworld rock with the power of the Avengers. And you see the broken bridge here. Bridging the dimensional abyss, separating Hades from Olympus, is the legendary pathway of infinity. But that golden span has been torn asunder at the will and command of the one who controls its lower reaches, one who pursues the Avengers with a rage beyond reckoning. Pluto, lord of the infernal regions, ruler of Hades, and supreme commander of the unliving legion. And he says here, there is no escape, Avengers. My hordes will slay you where you stand, and I shall drag your souls back into my domain. For all eternity, you will be mine. In a pig's eye, says Captain Marvel. Bam! Instantly accelerating to the speed of light itself, Captain Marvel sends her living energy pulsing into the very heart of the massive war machine, before Pluto can even think of trying to stop her. And she just boom, 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 blows through all their machinery, all their tanks. And she here says, or thinks, the only thing waiting for us at the upper end of this impossible bridge is a city full of superpowered immortals. And they're the ones who sent us to Hades in the first place. But we have to go there. We have to make it to Olympus. Staying down here is certain death, maybe even for Thor. But as the Avengers group leader advances on the approaching armored column, behind her, arising from the wreckage of the first war wagon, Pluto says, on your feet, accursed ones. I'll grant a year's peace in a blessed Elysium for each one who slays an Avenger. Death to the Avengers, death! Good luck. Never. No matter what your numbers or how great your power, the Submariner shall never yield. That's the spirit, Namor. Don't you hold back, any of you. It sounds crazy, but these spirit troops aren't really alive. They can't be killed, so they can be stopped. Alright. So even Black Knight here saying, Cap, you mean we're fighting ghosts? That's weird. That's weird. Oh, but you're the Black Knight. You use a magic sword. You have the nerve to call this weird? Yes, I do, She-Hulk. I certainly do. Okay, it kinda is unreal. Maybe I should give Baldy here a taste of reality by, say, kicking his tail till his nose bleeds. You think to make sport of me, woman? None may touch the person of Pluto, so long as Hadean fires are mine to command. You talking smack to Pluto. Alright. And look at the next one. Dr. Druid just laying some drop kicks on people, man. And Thor here saying, my mortal friends fight valiantly. Even Dr. Druid, our newest Avenger, shows a physical prowess as adept as his powers of the mind. Only Thor is found lacking. My might, checked by the pain, visited me by the curse of Hela. If only my hammer were firm in my grasp, and not lost in Olympus, I would clear this bridge of our tormentors, curse or no. Still, despite Thor's misgivings, Pluto thinking, it is beyond belief. These Avengers evade the blows of my finest warriors. No matter, they cannot escape me. Vroom! They are cut off from the upper pathway, cornered before an infinite abyss, and here by my power shall they fall. And Thor here having this fall from above. Heimdall's eyes, he seeks to crush us all. One side Avengers, and then he catches it on his back. Though Hela has left my bones brittle and broken, 'tis good as guardian steel that sheathes my body. Yeah, that is a part of me. I shall not falter. I shall prevail for the Avengers, for Asgard, and for honor eternal. As he hurls this massive stone forward, plugging the hole in the bridge. Incredible. Thor's wedged Pluto's deadfall trap into the breach of the pathway, but it won't hold forever. Avengers assemble. Move it, move it, move it. All right, and then Pluto's troops follow after them. Aye, for a chance to savor Elysium's pleasures, I'd even risk facing oblivion as they plummet. And the Avengers here saying, She-Hulk, I don't get it. I was sure Pluto'd do more to stop us. There's no more he could do. Once we were on the upper pathway, his power above is limited by a millennia-old covenant with Zeus. He may rage, but he must leave us to the dangers beyond yon shimmering portal. Follow closely, Avengers, and fear not. These energies merely form a dimensional doorway. And then here, for what seems like hours, the Avengers stride on through unending glistening mist, and then suddenly, without warning, we've arrived. And this centaur warrior here saying, Halt! None may enter Olympus unbidden. Return whence you came, or blood of the Titans, these be the Avengers. And another, I guess, centaur warrior here saying, Impossible! No mortals can escape the netherworld. And then Namor here flying this flying punch. Believe what you will, centaur. Look at the dynamic action in this panel. This is terrific stuff. Attaboy, subby. Don't give him a chance to raise an alarm. And then flips this other one around. Okay, so then they move on into these forests. We're too vulnerable out in the open. Take the lead, Thor. You know Olympus better than we do. We cannot hide for long in this realm, but these woods should offer at least temporary refuge. And as they discuss their situation, Cap here saying, as long as we're in Olympus, we're outnumbered and outpowered. We must find a way to convince Zeus that he's wrong, that we're not responsible for Hercules getting injured. Yeah, I still can't understand why Zeus blames us in the first place, Steve. Yeah, for a guy who's supposed to be king of the gods, he's sure a long way from being all-seeing or all-knowing. He is neither Dane Whitman. But Zeus was known in ancient eras for his fits of rage. Time has made him no more rational, Odin's son. Who? Beware, Avengers, grave times are upon you. Hey, if it's a grave time you want, step over here and we'll give you one. Wait, She-Hulk. I know this stranger. He aided me when I was lost in Hades. He showed me where I could find you. Yes, indeed. 'Tis true, I am a friend to all born of the earth. I bring not threats, but warnings. Yea, I am the bringer of knowledge. Gaze upon these waters, that ye might learn. This mysterious stranger. How much longer, Apollo? When will you break Hercules from the grasp of his delirium? Says Zeus. Apollo here saying, I cannot say, Father Zeus. The damage to his brain was most serious. It may prove beyond my power to heal. Hercules, muttering or murmuring, No, Wasp, no more orders, no more abuse from mortals. Avengers must learn. Rest, my son, rest your troubled mind. Apollo is much too trusting, Father. It is obvious that the Avengers championed the cause of Olympus merely because it suited their purposes at the time. I was never fooled by the so-called heroic acts of those craven mortals. You are no one to call any craven, Ares. Silence! I will hear no more arguing amongst my children. I have decreed that the Avengers shall suffer for what has befallen your brother Hercules, and suffer they shall. All who claim the mantle of Avenger shall know the tortures of Hades. And back with Prometheus and the others. Do you still think you can convince Zeus that he is wrong, Captain America? Well, it won't be easy. Cap, that's the supreme ruler of Olympus. And he blames us for something we didn't do solely on the delirious ravings of his son. We can't just roll over and play dead. Dane has a point. A strategic retreat to Earth might be wiser for us. Nay, Doctor, we cannot hope to approach the dimensional nexus, linking Olympus and Earth unseen. Zeus would not hesitate to send his armies after us. And away, soon, across fair Olympus in the grand halls of Aphrodite. More pomegranates, my lady Venus. No, thank you. Whatever is that commotion? And then, this guy, mother beware. That's his mom's. That's mom. Damn, alright. Sorry, dude. Sorry we roughed up your guard, Venus. But he wouldn't listen to reason. We seek peace, Venus. Venus! And your help is needed to ensure it. Zeus would not be pleased to find you here. Your father misjudged us. Will you support his error, or will you hear the plea of an old ally? Oh, I well remember how you helped me stop the spread of Ares' wars, Namor. Speak and I will listen. They've got a history. Alright. Wild, beneath the Olympian Plaza. There's a lot of dialogue in this one. It's Athena and Hephaestus. Why the fascination with that hammer, Hephaestus? You could forge one just as mighty. You flatter me, Athena. Surely you know that this is Mjolnir, battle hammer of the fallen Thor, forged of the mystic Uru ore by the rock trolls of Asgard. Only through a most complicated series of levers and winches was I able to move here the section of paving upon which Mjolnir rests. Then the legends are true, that Odin and his son are the only living beings able to lift the hammer? Perhaps not. I have discovered runes on Mjolnir's side, invisible to the unschooled eye, which read, Whoever holds this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor. If I can but channel my will, prove myself worthy of that power. I've done it. The hammer lifts free. And it flies away from his hand. Hephaestus, what? Mjolnir tears itself from my grasp like a thing alive. 'Twas never mine at all. It returns to the hand of its rightful owner. This is the hammer's enchantment. Thus ever it shall be. The Avengers, yes. And here you see these golden figures, these female figures running in. I know not how you escape Pluto's clutches, but you shall not leave these halls alive and free. Seize the intruders, my automatons. What the? All of his workers are golden women? Hephaestus is an unequaled smith. He can endow living metal with the semblance of life. You're right, these aren't robots. They're more like moving statues. Sorry, ladies, I hate to do this. And here's Dr. Druid. They're as deadly as they are beautiful. And they've no minds for me to mesmerize. No psyches to be deceived by my mental illusions. If I'm to survive, I must pit metal against metal. Alright, calling him beautiful, he needs to get out more. Dr. Druid, he's attracted to a crash test dummy. That's some odd stuff. Alright. Concentrating the power of his amazing mind, Dr. Druid psychokinetically animates a chain from the foundry's hoists, twisting it about a trio of golden forms like a maddened snake. As they fall, in moments, their threat is over. Halt, giantess, lest you force me to smite you. Smite? Don't any of you gods ever just haul off and belt somebody? Here, I'll show you how it's done. Look at this incredible panel. There's almost no color in it, but look at the power in it. This is fantastic stuff. These things may look like women, but they lumber about like men, clumsy men. Hephaestus has given his creatures female form, but he doesn't understand how they should move. They're fighting all wrong for their centers of gravity. No wonder they're so easy to knock off balance. What an odd observation from Captain America, but I guess so. I don't know. This is getting us nowhere. How can we enlist the help of gods who won't give us a chance to state our case? And at that moment, weakened by the flailing automatons, one of the foundry's great crucibles suddenly cracks open. Holy, says Black Knight, as Captain America swings across like like Errol Flynn or something. I've got you, Dane. Thanks, Cap. And then Dr. Druid here. I've safely trod upon fiery coals, but this molten metal's considerably hotter. Clearly, levitation's the wiser tactic. Alright, and then She-Hulk picks up Hephaestus. Come on, Hep. Let's continue this on higher ground. And then Thor picks up Athena. My apologies for the indignity, Athena, but our battle must cease. At least till the greater danger be ended. Twirling his hammer with hurricane speed, the god of thunder halts the flow of the molten metal, cooling it to a hardened state within seconds. Now, milady, our battle may continue, unless you are now more inclined to reason. And then, look, Hephaestus and Athena stand aside saying, first the villains attack us, then they act to save us from injury. What trickery is this? Mayhap their entrance was not meant as an attack at all. I'm glad to hear you say that. Zap, by the eternal ages. And before the Olympians' eyes, energies of the lightning take on the form of Captain Marvel. I'd always read that you were supposed to be a goddess of wisdom, as well as a warrior. You must believe me, there is no reason for us to be enemies. And look at this. Submariner flying in with Venus. The ebon-skinned one speaks true, my friends. There's been a horrible misunderstanding. Alright. Why you need to call her out like that? Venus. Anyways, just saying too much. So you see, Hercules ignored our warnings and blundered on into an ambush. The doctor suspected that Hercules had suffered some brain damage, but before they could fully treat him, Zeus took him away to Olympus. So they're filling them in on what's been happening in the recent issues. There's the ring of truth to your tale. Hercules has a long and colorful history of such blunders. Of that there is no doubt. But how can we be certain? Hephaestus, I believe them. You know no mortal can lie to me. 'Tis true, but to oppose the will of Zeus. Hey, we're not asking you to fight your old man, just to help talk some sense into him. That's right, and we want to help Hercules if we can. What? But 'twas of Hercules' ravings that Zeus did condemn you all. Zeus is not responsible for his words, and for all his shortcomings, he's still an avenger. Rhea, take me if I don't believe you. But it will take much to calm the rage of Zeus. We must enlist the support of Apollo. Then lead us to Apollo, Hephaestus. We must see this wrong made right. So it is. Moments later, 3 members of the High Council of Olympus lead 6 disguised Avengers surreptitiously through the city streets, while Captain Marvel flies closely alongside, unseen in her invisible neutrino form. But as the entourage skirts past the Hall of Zeus, its passing does not go unnoticed. While within that regal hall, Artemis here in front of Zeus, saying, "As you have commanded, Father, I've brought you the mortal who calls herself Wasp, though her sting is unlike any I have seen." Well done, Artemis. We are pleased, most pleased. And the Wasp here confronted, "So, woman, you are one who ordered my son about like a galley slave. You are the one who abandoned him to defeat. Yours must be the most awful punishment." What? Please, I don't understand. Father, our mortal foes make a mockery of your justice. They've broken free of Hades' bonds and now seek to turn your sons and daughters against you. You speak madness, Ares. Nay, sire, as we speak, the Avengers spin their web of lies in the hall of Apollo. And it says here, "You must believe us, Apollo. Zeus has made a terrible mistake. A most serious accusation, mortals. In millennia past, such words alone could have cost you your lives. But this is not the past, Lord Apollo, and your father's not infallible, is he?" "No, he's not, nor am I. For endless hours I've labored to heal my brother's wound, but I cannot break him from the spell, which has claimed his mind. At most I can ease his delirium with sleep." Apollo, I command certain powers of the mind. If you'd allow me, perhaps I can help him. Please. And so, with Apollo looking closely on, "Hear me, Hercules. I'm a friend. I wish to help you." And the others quietly gather round, prayers for their fallen comrade playing silently across their lips. "Your other friends, your family, are here with me. Come to us, Hercules. Let your mind join with mine. Let me show you the way back." And in comes Zeus and Ares. What is the meaning of this? It is as I said, your unworthy children betray you. They've delivered Hercules into the hands of his mortal tormentors. No, Zeus, it's not like that at all. You must listen. You dare to tell me what I must do, mortal? You who have defied my will? Look at this incredible panel. The power of Zeus. Ooh. Incredible. In an instant, the majestic hall of Apollo is reduced to a smoking ruin. Only the comatose form of Hercules is, by the will of Zeus, untouched. Only Hercules. And one other who had reacted at the moment of danger by transforming her bodily mass into intangible light. "Oh my God, Cap," says Captain Marvel. "He was the closest to Zeus. Is he? No, he's still breathing. His shield must have taken the worst of the blast." And Thor, thinking, his legs. A man with such fractures might never walk again. "Cap, can you hear me?" saying Namor. "See to the others. Some of you yet stand? Must I wring the life from you one by one? Zeus, we did not come in search of war, but you have forced our hand. Olympus shall know our wrath. Yea, and you shall learn why we be called Avengers, as they charge forward. And miles across the immortal realm, at last it has come. The day I have dreaded for so long, the final battle between gods and man must now begin. And from such a war there may be no victors. Next is Battleground, Olympus. Avengers 284, Assault on Olympus. And on this classic cover, you see Thor battling Hephaestus, She-Hulk going one-on-one with Artemis, and Ares getting caught up against Namor the Submariner. Let's get started. And you see, on the splash here, Wasp, in a delirium, it seems, as the faces of her Avengers allies swirl around her face. By the way, Roger Stern is the writer, John Buscema did the pencils, and Tom Palmer did the inks. Classic team. And you see here amongst these faces at the very bottom, who is this? With a wicked grin. Ha! You cannot even help yourself. You were doomed from the moment you stepped on the beach. And you see the beach? Yes, she remembers now. She was on leave from the Avengers, alone on an island retreat in the Caribbean. That's when she saw the deer. Aside from herself, the largest living things on the island were the pelicans. She couldn't possibly have seen a deer, but she had. It was a mystery she couldn't ignore. With a moment's thought, Janet Van Dyne willed herself smaller than by a foot. Great gossamer wings sprouted from her back, and once again she was the Wasp. The deer, however, seemed to have vanished without a trace. The Wasp was just about to give up her search when she got her second surprise of the evening, as this arrow flies straight for her. She was just barely able to shrink out of the path of the silver shaft in time. But the arrow suddenly changed course in midair, as if determined to find its target. She tried, discouraging it with her sting. But the arrow exploded into a cloud of glowing dust, which enveloped her, numbing her mind, stealing her will. Desperately, she tried to grow out of the cloud, but the dust clung to her like a second skin. She dimly remembers the approach of another woman, a powerful woman, who took her somewhere. And she recalls a huge bearded man shouting at her. But after that, her memories disintegrate into a jumble. Slowly, her consciousness returns. What? Where am I? Better yet, how do I get out of here? And she's in this sarcophagus, you could call it. This trap is designed to hold my 5'4" body, and whoever built it didn't figure on my ability to get small. Major oversight, gods of Olympus. I'd better find out where the dickens I am before my hosts return. The architecture here looks vaguely Grecian, but bigger and grander than anything I've ever seen before. I don't know of anything like this in the Caribbean. Alright, Wasp. And then, whoa, what the? You who are called Wasp, hold, I would speak with you. I mean you no harm. You have the word of Hera. Hera? In mythology, Hera was the queen of the gods. But this woman surely isn't. I couldn't be in. This is Olympus? It is. How is she so in disbelief? Wasp has done all kind of crazy. She's an original Avenger. She's seen it all. Alright? Why is she so shocked to have ended up in Olympus? She knows Hercules. It's from Olympus. Now, come on, Wasp. Alright. Then that bearded man who shouted at me was my husband Zeus. He blames you, blames all Avengers for the injuries of his favored son Hercules. You were merely the latest mortal to be brought forth at his command. He consigned 7 other Avengers to the depths of Hades, but they've escaped. So great now is the wrath of Zeus that he would level a world to see them punished. Indeed, the once majestic Hall of Apollo already stands in ruin. Broken and battered Avengers lie alongside those gods and goddesses who had dared believe their protestations of innocence. And look at this scene, the carnage, incredible stuff. Only 4 Avengers remain to face the power of Zeus and his faithful unquestioning. And look at that, you see Captain Marvel, She-Hulk, Thor, and Namor. If you needed 4, this is a pretty good 4. Alright, up against Ares, Zeus, Dionysus, and Artemis. The Avengers can only be pushed so far, Zeus. Your power may daunt mortal foes, Captain Marvel, but not me. I am the Lord of Lightning. And look at this show of power by Zeus. Incredible stuff. A few yards away, the air around Dr. Druid seems to blur and shimmer, and the newest Avenger vanishes in a sudden rush of wind. Mayhap you've more respect for the might of another thunder god, Redbeard. I respect no god who allies himself with mine enemies, Thor. 'Tis not the Avengers who are your enemies, Zeus. 'Tis your own madness. As Thor strikes him on the head. What? How dare you smite the person of Zeus? And look at the power of this blow from Zeus as Thor goes flying out of this structure. Thor, this mortal rabble I leave to you and your brothers, Artemis. The Asgardian is mine. As you command, Father. Shoom. Not so fast, Artemis. You surprised me with your magic arrows once, but never again. And then back with Ares and Namor. Do you think you can slay me, Ares? Have you forgotten how easily I bested you when we first met? That battle was fought in your world, Submariner, your ocean. You are in my domain now, and I shall split you in twain. He might at that. My strength is fading. I've been out of water far too long. I must take the offensive, but how? Namor, catch! As Cap's shield is flying towards him. Turning about suddenly in midair, the Submariner dives straight into the War God's attack, putting all his momentum behind the indestructible shield of Captain America. And Cap, you're saying, I'm out of this fight, Namor. It's up to you to maintain the colors. Don't let me down. And Namor thinking, his legs are so badly broken. His pain must be immense. Yet he still thinks of his teammates. Don't worry, Cap. Namor, behind you. Yes, Namor, you are not done with me yet. Your inattention has allowed me to rearm. I shall teach you the error of ignoring war. Submariner whirls to face Ares, and so does not notice the blurring of the air, the unusual rush of the wind, as Captain America, like Druid before him, disappears. as he fades from view. Nearby, remember me, Dionysus? As She-Hulk hits him with a powerful left. And then just a few yards away, Black Knight Dane Whitman saying, did I black out? No, I remember now. Zeus showed up while we were trying to revive Hercules. Last thing I saw was Cap throwing himself in front of me. Heads up, Knight, as Dionysus goes flying towards him and he's got a duck. Whoa! Coming through, Dane, as she hurdles him. Alright. She-Hulk, what in blazes is going on? As the Black Knight struggles to collect his wits. Far back in the ruins, the comatose form of Hercules is touched lightly by a hand, moving so swiftly as to be all but invisible, and then he too vanishes. An instant later, in a cavern in the outlying hills of Olympus. Rest easy, Captain. I am not as learned in the healing arts as Apollo, but I have some experience in blocking pain. Ah, Hermes, good. Set Hercules on yonder table. I like this knot, Prometheus. Prometheus? Our good Samaritan is Prometheus, thinks Cap. Spiriting the injured Avengers from the scene of combat, bringing Hercules to you. Zeus would have my head if he knew. Never should I have agreed to this. Do you question my commands, Hermes? Never, never, Queen Hera, never. Druid, Cap, oh my gosh, oh my god. Go on, my dear, see to your friends. I must deal with a reluctant messenger. My queen, I meant no disrespect, as always. Your word is my law, but surely Zeus would not approve. Zeus is mad with grief. We must all do what we can do to end that madness. Cap, your poor legs, as Wasp attends to him. They'll heal, Jan. I'm glad to see you're all right. Buck up, we'll see this through. Captain, I'm in awe of your faith, says a bandaged up Dr. Druid. Head's all wrapped up. We fought our way back from Hades, Druid. Anything is possible. Good to have Cap on your team, man. Alright. But back in the ruins, Captain Marvel here saying, these Olympians have incredible strength and resistance. The voltage I pumped into Artemis would have killed several human beings, and it only knocked her out. She-Hulk has Dionysus well under control. How are the others doing? And you see She-Hulk has Dionysus in a full Nelson. Alright. That's a good hold right there. Ares taking on Namor. I shall pummel that cursed shield from your grasp. I'm unaccustomed to using a shield. Had I Cap's skill and experience, I might have disarmed him by now. Let's even things up here, shall we? Says Captain Marvel. By the great abyss. I believe the ball's in your court now, Namor. It is indeed, Marvel. It is indeed. As Ares splashes into the water. Return this to Cap with my thanks, as he says with a sly smile. I'll have no need of it underwater, as he dives in. And from the sounds of things, that was no idle boast. But wait a minute, where is Cap? They all vanished and didn't know about it. But even as Captain Marvel realizes that the veteran Avenger is missing, Dionysus slips out of the full Nelson. It's not easy to do that. Alright? Did you think you could hold me forever? True, I have allowed my girth to expand over the millennia, and my strength has diminished somewhat since my youth, but not so much that I cannot hold my own against a mortal foe. I may be the god of joy, She-Hulk, but I can also cause much sorrow. And then he swings this column at She-Hulk, and I wouldn't say that, as she catches it. Sure, you drugged me into a killing frenzy and sicked me on my friends, But to me, you're still a fun guy. Let's have some more fun right now. As she batters him with that same column. That's incredible strength right there. All right. And look at the action here. Look at the faces. This is great work. And then back amongst the others. CM, Captain Marvel, this is crazy. Hephaestus, Venus, Apollo, and Athena are just now coming too. They're gods. Why didn't they revive before I did? Maybe Zeus zapped them harder for trying to help us. Right now, I'm more concerned that Cap, Druid, and Hercules are missing. That's probably Zeus is doing too. We have to find them and Thor. I'll start searching. Follow when you can. And look at that panel. Isn't that cool? You see Captain Marvel standing next to Black Knight, and then in the top right corner, she's already flown away, and the word bubble is pointing that direction. Look how fast she is in one panel. That's cool. All right. CM, gone already. I'll never get used to her moving that fast. Victory's mine, Dane Whitman. As he's pulling Ares by the scruff of his neck, I guess, or by what he's wearing there. Where is everyone? And in the distant cavern, Wasp in her swimwear still. Prometheus, do you think you can really revive Hercules? Cap tells me that neither Dr. Druid nor Apollo were able to. I know, but one measure has yet to be tried. It's dangerous, but I must do it. I owe Hercules much. And look at Cap over here talking to Druid. As a boy, I read the legends of Prometheus and how he defied the gods to aid mankind. I know the stories well, Captain. Let us hope he's as capable as the myths suggested. Right. You had best rejoin your friends in the far corner, Wasp. The forces I must unleash are too powerful for mortals to endure. Hermes, Prometheus will have need of your wand. As you wish, Hera. Taking the fabled Caduceus, I hope I'm saying that right, Caduceus, firmly in hand, Prometheus bows his head for a moment in quiet contemplation, and then, hear me, Gaia, mother of us all, grant me the power, the will, and the way to awaken this one's mind from the sleep of sleeps. Let Hercules again be whole. Let Hercules live. And at that moment in the Olympian forests, never have I heard such terrible clamor. 'Tis said that an armored stranger has challenged the power of Zeus himself, and he's the greatest fool alive. There's a centaur and this chick go running, and these explosions going off, and Thor getting zapped by Zeus again. What's this? The mighty Thor cries out in pain. Have you no shame, Asgardian? Will you die a mewling coward? No, I shall not, as he strikes down with his hammer. Though my body be racked with pain beyond reckoning, I will not die. Will not? Nay, cannot. Such is the curse of Hela, that no one can slay the god of Odin, not even a god gone mad. Mad? 'Tis you who must be mad. Why else would you ally yourself with the mortal curs who betrayed my son's trust? You see in me but the righteous anger of a father wronged, and if that be madness, I welcome it. And this tree falls on the mighty Thor, the weakened, broken Thor. Odds death, there is no reasoning with him. His grief and rage over Hercules' death-like sleep has deafened him to all but his own cry for vengeance. I know that cry all too well. He's possessed of warrior madness. Unless I can shock him to his senses, His mania will consume all. Stay your hand, Zeus. You cannot kill me, and your range brings naught but disgrace. Speak not to me of disgrace, stripling. There can be no greater disgrace than your betrayal of Hercules. And he keeps blasting Thor. I have betrayed no one. Again you rise. What does it take to end your treacherous life? What I said before was true. The sleep eternal has been denied me by the death goddess Hela. You cannot kill me any more than you can kill the truth. And the truth is that the fault for Hercules' misfortune is his own. Yes, he was too addled to listen to the Avengers' warnings. Alright, no, you shall suffer for those lies. You shall suffer and you shall die. Simultaneously, live, Hercules. As you rescued me from eternal torment in ages past, so would I now save you. Take of my life's power and live. What's he doing? Egad, Prometheus is channeling part of his own life force into Hercules. But Hercules is almost certainly to sustain serious brain damage. If Prometheus does not exercise precise control, look, Hercules' hand, it's working. He's moving. While, boom, again, Thor getting blasted full on by Zeus. Perfidious child, your very existence sullies the memory of noble Odin. The fury in the face of Zeus. I see now the workings of destiny. I have a sacred duty to rip the life from your bones. No, got by my beard. Back off, Zeus, or I'll do a lot worse than cut your arm. In the name of the Avengers, I order you to surrender. You order me? Captain Marvel, no, the power of Zeus is far beyond your ken. This is no place for mortals. I didn't buy that argument before, Thor, and I certainly don't buy it now. We stand or fall together. What's it gonna be, Zeus? Your death, woman. Phew. No, not yet. You can throw your lightning bolts from now till doomsday, but they won't do diddly to an image of light. Bah, I waste no more time against such phantasms. You don't care for my living hologram? Fine. Remember that electrical burst I hit you with earlier? I went easy on you then. This time, the gloves are off. Ba-ba-boom! And look at this. Thor saying, by my troth. And hundreds of yards away, the other Avengers. Holy! You were right, Dane. CM came this way. The incredible light. And what? My eyes, milady, I cannot see. Nor can I. The world swims before me, but I cannot stop now. It's crucial. And this blasting light in the cavern, too. Hercules rises. He rises. Treachery! Enemies everywhere as he swats Prometheus away. I don't believe it. I hit you with as much energy as I expended on Nebula's starship. How can you still be standing? None can defeat the Lord of Olympus. By mine own will, I am invincible. Thor, I don't have enough power for another blast like that. I'm sorry. Make no apologies, my captain. You hurt Zeus more than he admits. As no mortal e'er has before. Silence! There shall now be an ending. Namor comes in. Wrong, boastful one. As long as one Avenger yet stands, we will prevail. But Zeus grabs him by the wrist. I have had enough. Bam! I shall countenance no more. I guess that means I can't take it anymore. Alright. But look at this, man. Doing some damage to Namor. And look at She-Hulk with fury on her face approaching him. Mortals have grown stronger and more presumptuous of late. It is clear I must again make my presence felt upon the earth. Let mankind might learn anew the proper respect for gods. Is a hug respectful enough, Red? As She-Hulk grabs him from behind. Unhand me! And this blast propels her backwards. Man, could I just say the art in this comic and this Avengers run is just a master class. Honestly. Alright. I shall bear no more indignities. I shall show no mercy. And Black Knight saying, oh boy, he tossed She-Hulk and the Submariner around like toys. I don't stand a chance against power like that. How could things possibly get worse than this? How? Hercules, what is it? What's wrong? Jan, get back. He just flattened 3 gods with a single blow. He's not in his right mind. He doesn't even know who we are. No, I know you. You are enemies, and you all must die. As Hercules has this look of contorted fury on his face. And the next issue is the fateful conclusion, Twilight of the Gods. The final chapter in the Avengers Assault on Olympus saga. This ends with Avengers 285, The Wrath of Zeus. In this issue, the Twilight of the Gods, we see here the Black Knight. And by the way, Roger Stern, John Buscema, Tom Palmer, once again. Just a few years have passed since Dane Whitman assumed the mantle of the Black Knight. But in that time, his life has changed radically. He's journeyed beyond time and space. As a member of the Avengers, Earth's mightiest team of heroes, he's battled alien hordes and sub-sea armadas. This day, he wields 2 of the greatest personal weapons known to man, his own enchanted ebony sword, and the indestructible shield of Captain America. He's a veteran of countless untold battles in history's bloodiest crusades, but there's nothing that could have prepared him for this. Here, in the great forests of legendary Olympus, he has just seen his teammates humbled by the immortal Zeus. And look at this scene. And Captain Marvel screaming, Namor, Jennifer! Thor with, fear not, Captain Marvel. Submariner and She-Hulk yet live, despite the best efforts of Zeus. You think me incapable of slaying these mortals, Thor? Bah, I have but spared their meager lives for the moment. I have condemned you all to death by torment for what you did to my son, and I shall see that sentence carried out, even if myself must act as executioner. And Black Knight here thinking, he still blames us for the injuries that put Hercules in a coma. Looks like Captain Marvel, Thor, and I are the only Avengers still on our feet, and they look pretty shaky. How in blazes am I supposed to make a stand against the King of Gods? Even with Cap's shield. Cap, I don't even know where he and the others are. And at that moment, Deep within an Olympian mountainside, Hercules is going berserk. Captain America, Dr. Druid, already injured, being thrown off. Enemies everywhere. And Wasp here thinking, this is insane. As Prometheus was bringing Hercules out of his coma, Hercules turned on him and knocked out Hera and Hermes as well. Hercules, stop. You're hurting Cap and Dr. Druid. We're not your enemies, we're your friends. No, you order me. Hurt me, now I hurt you. And he goes after her. And with a desperate thought, Janet Van Dyne triggers her astounding power to shrink, and she gets away from him. All right, and she's saying, experts were right, he did suffer brain damage. His memories are all mixed up. Hercules, please try to remember. We warned you of the danger. It was the masters of evil that hurt you. And he's still going after her. No, you hurt. All right, and she's going over. She knows that she needs help. Okay, Hera still out. Prometheus still out. Hermes also knocked out. And then Hercules, bam, with his hands clasped, as the Wasp tries to rouse the unconscious immortals. The concussive shockwave created by the mighty son of Zeus slams her into the far cavern wall. And Captain America, with his legs shattered. Still, Hercules, you're confused, mistaken. I know you've been badly hurt, but you must try to remember. And he still lumbers on. Ignoring the pain from his shattered legs, the fallen Avenger tries to halt the lumbering man god. Blast it, man, this is Captain America. Listen to me. No more listening. Time to kill. All right, and then Dr. Druid flying in with the save. No, my friend, no killing. You will listen to me, Hercules. Listen and relax. Druid. Does he think he can mesmerize Herc? He sustained a pretty wicked head blow when Zeus attacked us earlier. If his concentration should slip even for an instant. And he's got him in a headlock there. Oh, he's got a rear naked choke sunk in there. The Wasp is not your enemy. That's right, not your enemy. Now let her go. Let her go, Hercules. Tricks. You play tricks with my mind. As Captain America still hangs on to his leg. Druid, look out. He'll tear you apart. And then he's still got him in that rear naked choke. Okay, he's got it sunk in. That modified sleeper hold. Okay, head's throbbing. Must block the pain. Must get through to Hercules' inner mind while I still can. This is no trick, Hercules. I want to help you. Help you remember. Remember, Hercules. Think back. And Dr. Druid takes Hercules back to the moments during the Masters of Evil takeover of Avengers Mansion. Yes, Hercules, remember? It was just a few weeks ago. You were returning to Avengers Mansion after a night of carousing. And then you see here, Wasp telling him, Hercules, stop, don't go in. Remember how the Wasp and Captain America led you to a place of concealment? Remember what they told you? And you see, they're looking on, saying, oh, what, the mansion's overrun. How's that possible? Who are these miscreants? They're old enemies of ours mostly. As many of a dozen of them, maybe more. And the Avengers' enemies had laid a trap for you, Hercules. They'd paid others to get you drunk, to drug you without you knowing. All right? You're knowing. Your fellow Avengers tried to warn you of that trap, but you ignored them and blundered on into it. Did you jackals think you could overwhelm the line of Zeus with mere numbers? As he fought off the wrecking crew, Mr. Hyde, Tiger Shark, and eventually Goliath. They did what they could to best you, Hercules, and they were right. Some of them had strength to rival your own. Together, their might was overpowering. Remember, Hercules? Remember? All right. No more. As he shakes him off. All right. But Captain America still got his ankle. Meanwhile, in the forest here, I don't get it. Why'd you let Namor and me regain consciousness? We would have been helpless. You still are helpless before my power. I wanted your minds clear, that you should feel the full measure of my vengeance. Just a minute, Your Highness. You've forgotten the Black Knight. Is this mere mortal beneath your notice, or are you just afraid to admit you might not be able to kill me? What? Never have I beheld a man so eager to die. And look at this blast that he shoots at him. Oh, it worked. It worked. I wasn't sure if my sword's enchantment was strong enough to absorb the thunderbolts of Zeus. Are you kidding me? And then, question is, can Big Red stand up to his own punishment as he throws the lightning back at Zeus? He parried it. He straight up parried it. All right, that's a great counter. All right, Black Knight just went up 1,000,000 points in my books. And Namor jump in after he says, who dares? Yes, we all dare plenty. And then Namor comes in. We shall not beg for mercy from a mad god. As long as any of us yet draw breath, the Avengers shall fight on. Yeah, what he said. Bam, bam. And keep pounding on him. This is for blaming Herc's injuries on us. And this is for tossing us into Hades. And this, I love the talk here. I love this. One side, Avengers, though Zeus has sorely tried my cursed bones, still do I wield the hammer Mjolnir as he whips it at him, and none may resist its might. Boom! Right in his chest, right in the breadbasket. And a folded Zeus. This is beyond belief. Never have I been humbled in such a way. Never. All right, man, this is incredible stuff, man. Never before have you faced the mighty Avengers, says Thor. You can say that again, Captain Marvel saying, still feel a little wasted, but I can't let Zeus see that, as she encircles him here and says, will you listen to us now, Zeus? There's no need to take this any further. We don't want to hurt you, but... And then She-Hulk speaking up, saying, speak for yourself, Captain Marvel. I wouldn't mind knocking him down a few more times. And look at Zeus's face. Look at his face. No one, mortal or immortal, speaks thus of Zeus as he electrifies himself. And no one, as the earth below his feet gets broken up in this explosion. Poor mortal wretches. I almost pity you. But there is no pity in my heart for you, Odin's son. In siding with these traitorous mortals, you betrayed my son's friendship. You dared raise your hand against me. You have claimed that you cannot be killed. Another lie, as I shall now prove. And a hand grabs him. No. Unhand him. Away from me! I shall brook no mortal's interference as he swats this hand away. And this shadowy figure, no, you must let go. You must be stopped as this tackle, this spear, gets him. Caught off balance, Zeus and his attacker tumble into the surrounding woods and out of sight. While, hey Thor, you okay, big guy? I yet live, but Zeus had me in his grasp. Why did he release me? I don't know, Thor, but I can guess where he went. By my father's beard, as the trees fall. Zeus, flying against this one, cracking it, and stop. You must not hurt the Avengers. I will not let you. Who are you to order me? I am Zeus, Lord of Olympus. My word is law. As this lightning bolt, shroom, none may command me. As he whips this man into this tree, I am supreme. As he pounds into him. holding him back. All right, that's enough. Woman, you have made your final mistake. Nay, Zeus, 'tis you who have erred yet again. Hold him tight. I've never cut an immortal before, and I don't want to now, but I will if I have to. If I gotta cut you, Zeus. Miscreants, is there no end to your insolence? I'm feeling for Zeus here. He's getting talked to. Damn. Watch your mouth, Buster. She-Hulk, please. Please. Namor, how is he? All right, yes. He still lives. It's a miracle. There shall be no more miracles, Avengers. I shall slay everyone. Everyone. I don't believe it. You're so obsessed with vengeance, you don't care who you hurt. Dane, he's so furious. I doubt he realized that he was beating his own son to a pulp. My son? Who did you think you were striking, Redbeard? Namor. Easy, my friend. We're here. We're here for you. Did you at last see how your rage has blinded you, Zeus? Hercules. My son. Forgive me. I didn't know. Didn't see. Father, you were wrong about the Avengers. Wrong. Hercules, what are you saying? Your son speaks of truths which you have denied, Thunderer. Truths of which these mortals tried to speak. Prometheus, I should have seen your hand in this, Titan. You cannot fool me by filling my son's head with your lies. When Hercules lay at death's door, he did accuse the Avengers of treachery most high. Those words were but ravings, the work of a damaged mind. Prometheus speaks true, Father. Avengers not at fault. I am. And that is the truth, Zeus. Hera, what is your part in this? As with all your escapades, husband, I have been a pained observer, even as I sought to correct your mad acts. By my commands were at the most gravely injured Avengers sheltered, but 'twas the power of Prometheus that your son was given life anew. The one you have maligned did sacrifice part of his own life's essence to restore Hercules, and he shall wear the scars of that sacrifice for all eternity. In ages past, Hercules risked his own life to free me from the bonds of torture atop Mount Caucasus. I could do no less for him now. Father, you must believe me. The Avengers, not to blame. I ignored their warnings and was beaten. My fault. All my fault. Hercules, my son, what have I done? By all that is eternal, what have I done? What have I done? And then later in the very high heart of high Olympus, you're certain you're well. I feel no pain, Namor. Just find it hard to think. That should improve in time, Hercules. Then in time? How much time, I wonder? A decade is nothing to beings who have lived thousands of years. Hey, will all of you relax? I mean, really, if Big Daddy Zeus is trying to make up for the crummy way he's treated us, I say let him. I don't know about you, but after all I've been through, I'm ready to kick back and unwind. Yeah, I would be too, Jenny, but I'm a little uneasy about being the guest of someone who was trying to kill us a few moments ago. Good point. And then, hey, I never said let's let Zeus off the hook for tossing us into Hades. But given the chance, I'll gladly eat his food and drink in his wine. Well, I wish Thor would hurry back. He knows the Olympians better than any of us. I'm just not sure how much trust we should put in Zeus's change of heart. I'd like to know what they're doing to Doc, Druid, and Cap. It's been nearly an hour since. Well, I thought I heard our names in here, you know? Avengers, hey, at ease. At ease. Hey, Cap. Your legs. I was afraid you might never walk again. How? Well, thank Apollo. He healed Dr. Druid's concussion and my fractures in a matter of minutes. Well, that's wonderful. Well, where's Thor? It's a wonder you can still move, Odin's son. Please let me try again to heal your bones. It would be a waste of time, Apollo. No, I must face the death goddess Hela herself. For I am rid of her until I'm rid of her debilitating curse. As you wish. Avengers, it is the wish of Zeus that I conduct you to a special tribunal of the gods. If you would but follow. Soon, the great amphitheater of Olympus fills with immortals of every size and station, from the mighty sea god Neptune to the most humble god of the Muses. But no sooner has the god of war taken his seat than, what is the meaning of this, Athena? Why have we been called here? Where is Zeus? We will learn soon enough, Ares. Our father approaches, and look, he wears the robes of penance. All eyes turn in response to the goddess of wisdom's startled cry. All voices are stilled as the Olympian's supreme monarch solemnly strides to the center of the huge arena. And then, citizens of Olympus, members of the high pantheon, a great wrong has been done to these Avengers. It is a wrong for which I am responsible, a wrong for which I must atone. Out of concern for my beloved son, I did rashly and unthinkingly accuse these heroes of betrayal, but the only betrayal was that of reason, by my own passions. My crime against the Avengers has shown me a sober lesson. We gods are far more powerful than mortals, but we are no wiser. We can be the basest of fools. The power we possess can be deadly, even to the mightiest of mortals. Humanity has suffered too much from our careless ways. There must be an end to this. And so I vow before these mortals that no one born of Olympus shall ever again set foot upon the earth. And to the surprise, Neptune saying, "Brother, have you forgotten our covenant? I am lord and protector of the subsea peoples. You cannot bar me from my worshippers." And Ares also saying, "Neptune is not the only one with followers, father. Many are the mortals who revere the ways of war. I will not be denied." Silence! You are forbidden to walk the earth. This is the will of Zeus. Disobey me at your own peril. As Zeus walks out with Hercules, "Come now, my son. I have much to make up to you." "Yes, father." Later, on the edge of the great dimensional abyss surrounding Olympus, look at this beautiful scenery. "Zeus has empowered me to see you safely return to Earth in his stead." Well, that was big of him. Zeus is a prideful god, knight, and has been deeply shamed by this affair. You must understand, in temperament, the gods of Olympus have ever been as children. So great is their power, they have never known lasting defeat. For Zeus to have acknowledged his error as he did was a show of maturity, unheard of amongst his kind. Perhaps all Olympians may in time show the degree of responsibility their power demands. We can hope, or at least we can but hope. But what will become of Hercules if all Olympians are barred from Earth? Fear not for your friend Submariner. He will receive the finest care Olympus may offer. And despite the edict of Zeus, you may not have seen the last of Hercules. But now you must be on your way. There be many serious challenges awaiting you on your world. In the days to come, mankind will have need of heroes, and you will be sorely tested. Say, what do you mean? Wait. I can say no more. Live strong, Avengers. Live strong. The next instant on a busy corner in Manhattan. Well, that was quick. You don't suppose Zeus bothered to inform the authorities that his boy Dionysus was responsible for my running wild in Midtown, do you? A few issues ago. The first part of this saga. Don't worry, Jennifer, we'll find some way to explain that. And then Wasp takes off, okay? And they all got stuff to do. Thor saying regretfully, I must also take flight. For far too long have I lived under the curse of Hela. I must see that curse ended, though death be the price. Fare thee well, Avengers. May we soon meet again. And then Druid saying, he sounded as if he might not be coming back. Okay, can nothing be done to help him? I'm afraid not, Namor. Doubt that any of us could follow where he's going. I suppose we'd best be going ourselves. Come on, Subby. Our Quinjet's parked at the East River helipad. We'll give you a ride out to Hydro Base. Hook you up. Alright. Coming, Captain? No, you can go on without me. I'll see you at the next meeting, as Cap here says. According to legends, Prometheus could see the future. I never put much stock in prophecies, but what he said about being sorely tested, what am I worrying about? Whatever the challenge, we'll meet it. We always have. That's right. And minutes later, just outside the territorial waters of the United States, two glistening forms settle gently to ground as the Avengers at the Avengers Hydro Base facility. But as the Avengers disembark, look at this. It's Marina. Namor, Marina, what are you doing here? After you disappeared, I came to contact the Avengers, but they were missing too. I was so worried. It's all right, my wife. All is well. No, it's not. Your people, the exiles of Atlantis, they're gone. Every last one of them. After Neptune carried you off, they abandoned everything and fled into the depths. They said that their god had rejected you. And so ends my any dreams of my founding a new kingdom. I cannot blame them, Marina. Atlanteans have worshipped Father Neptune for generations. Were I them, I might have done the same. Oh, Namor, what shall we do? There's no life for us beneath the sea. We must find a place for ourselves in the surface world. We can start anew here with the Avengers. Who can say? Perhaps this is all for the best. Yes, who can say? And in the next page, okay, this is the epilogue. All right, a week later, in the Avengers temporary file room. This is one of those who overran Avengers Mansion in my absence. That's correct. It's Norbert Ebersol, also known as the Fixer, who is Baron Zemo's right-hand man. He's currently being held at a federal maximum security prison. I take it there's a point to this update, Captain. Yes, Doctor. The Avengers have a lot of enemies. We should all have a working familiarity with who and where they are. I agree. Okay, that's the least they can do. I'm sorry, we're late. Where's Cap? I wish I knew. Dane and I went to pick him up for the meeting, but there was no sign of him. We tried contacting him by radio, but got no reply. Maybe he's off on some secret mission. Well, surely Cap would leave word with us unless... Well, a few days ago, Cap told me that a federal commission was after him to work exclusively for the government. You think he took them up on it? Well, hardly. Still, Dane, see if you can reach Cap through his telephone hotline. Jenny, contact the Falcon. He and Cap have worked closely in the past. See if he's heard anything. I want to know what's going on. If Captain America's in trouble, we're gonna make it Avengers business. That's right. The John Walker saga coinciding at this moment. Where is Steve Rogers? But that is the end of the assault on Olympus in Avengers 281 and 285, all the way through that 5-parter. Now, you didn't need to sit here for all of that. That was like almost 2 hours or something, whatever it comes up to. Good Lord, you could watch this in 5 parts. Watch it over several days. It's all good. No one forced you to do this. All right. So maybe let's all go to the lobby. Let's take a walk. Take a walk. Get some jujubes or something. Get some Twizzlers. All up in a big gulp. Or a slushie. But yeah, that's a classic story right there. The Assault on Olympus. What'd you think about that? All right. So listen, the pop culture cosmonaut, that's how we do. If there's other sagas, other 2-parters, 3-parters, whatever, that are worth telling, let me know in the comments, y'all. So there you go. We're out of here. Until the next time. Yeah.